aggressively casual.
He lives. There he is. Yeah, it was for whatever reason the link decided to break. All right. Well, let's do this, shall we? Welcome everybody to Aggressively Casual Season 2, Episode 1! Hi everybody. Good to see you. How are you? I'm FreeBird, your host. With me as always to my internet left is Cheeks. Say hi, Cheeks.
Hello.
So, new home, same idiots? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Here we are. We're here now. We're here until the end of time or one of us dies, whichever comes first. Which, if we're talking about New World, which, oh boy, we'll talk about New World. I've been dying a lot today. I don't know about you, but oh my God.
I've been dying a lot since the update.
Yeah. I was talking to a guy on his channel earlier, and he mentioned that, yeah, the squish is deliberate. Because the squish from 60 to 70, especially, they've made it not necessarily harder to obtain, but they've made it more methodical. So I kind of like that, but at the same time, a little warning would have been nice. Anyways, Cheeks, how are you? How have you been?
Not bad, furlough, so getting a lot of streaming time in.
Hey, I mean,
both on this channel and on my YouTube for the music.
How is the music going?
I mean, pretty good. I guess.
Good.
Still creating it, still releasing it. So
hey, we'll take that, man. We'll take that. So, what have you been playing lately? What's new? What's hip? What's happening?
New World mostly, but still a little bit of Dune. I have jumped into Battlefield 6. We'll talk about that. Now that you're home, we can jump into multiplayer. I didn't get too far in. I do have a few things to say about the how shall we say, the campaign.
Okay.
Or lack thereof, but that's real dramatic foreshadowing there. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I did pick up Sons of the Forest.
Yeah.
Finally. Played a little bit of that.
How is that?
Very creepy. Creepy, like the first one, maybe even a little creepier, to be honest.
Okay.
So pretty good.
Fair. Got it.
Waiting on the new Titan Quest update for early access there.
That's right.
Open up some areas.
That's right.
What else? Something else
I installed. Have you jumped into Path of Exile 2 recently?
Not recently.
No. Okay. No. I wasn't sure because I know they released a couple updates that were pretty significant, and I wasn't sure if you jumped in or not.
I have not. I've been too busy playing other things.
Fair. I mean, so have I. I get it. On my end, I was out last week, which is why we didn't have a show last week like we were supposed to.
Right.
But it is what it is. So I was out last week. I played a lot of World of Warcraft last week because it was the only thing I could play on the MacBook. But honestly, had a really good time with the new Legion remix, kind of like busted update, basically. For those of you not in the know, Legion remix is the Legion expansion, but like rejiggered. So you become stupid powerful and can basically solo all of the hardest content from the expansion. It's insane. It's a really good way to level alts. I got to level 80 in like 3 days, and that was like maybe 2-ish hours of playtime a night. Yeah, right. It's one of those things where like talking about like hero's journey, right? And that like right. you can find some really busted ways to play. It's that. It's very much that. Like you get like affixes on your gear, and you get like and you get like what's called infinite power, which is an infinite knowledge, which is just basically ways to become stupid powerful. Like you gear up super fast, you level super fast. It's a great time. And then of course, it being Blizzard, they've put in a bunch of limited time rewards to get you to go play the mode that weren't necessarily available during the expansion when it was live, but are like Legion themed, so like Green Fell themed, that kind of thing. Did jump into Doom when I got back. Need to finish up a couple of things there as well. But honestly, with Dune Awakening, I was really surprised at like how quickly the DLC kind of faded into like non-existence for a lot of people.
Well, the story for the DLC is ultra short.
Yeah.
It could have been longer. I get that this was a free thing, but I thought this was part of the season pass. But so I don't remember which part was free to everyone and which part wasn't.
Right.
But either way, I don't think there was enough of the paid content. Some of the other changes they've made are good. Don't get me wrong. I certainly have not abandoned that game in any way, shape, or form. It's just right now we are playing other things. The problem vis-a-vis some of the things being a gaming content creator is all this stuff. Well, even when you're not a content creator, there are a lot of games coming out, and we are entering the season again where there's going to be a lot more coming out as we get closer to Christmas.
We are entering the season.
A lot of things to pull your attention.
Yeah, we're entering the season called "Oh Fuck My Wallet."
Or well, right now I ain't buying nothing.
Well,
but yeah,
but you know exactly what I mean, because it seems like every week there's a game coming out that go ooh, well,
even notwithstanding, I already know that I'll be buying less this year simply because of the price rises. Thank you, sweetie.
Yeah.
So because of the price hikes, anything that I would buy, now I have to take a harder look at.
Yeah, same.
In some cases, I have to take a real hard look at it.
Yeah, same.
And 2 days from now, the Arc Raiders Server Slam starts.
2 days from now, Server Slam for Arc Raiders starts. Tomorrow is the new Pokemon game on the Switch and Switch 2.
Right.
And then,
for you streamers, tomorrow the Wavelink mixer software goes open for everyone. You're no longer tied to having specific Elgato devices in order to have to use that.
So I'm looking forward to that. I have used Wavelink as my personal mixing software for like all of my audio for streaming for 3 or 4 years now. It is hands down the best hands down the best piece of software that I've used for streaming in years that you do not need to be a professional to know how to use.
Right. Voice meter, you kind of do because it configures like an actual console where you're essentially running cables.
Yep.
And so and I've just never really, and I do know what I'm doing when it comes to sound, that sort of thing, never really gotten it to work the way it should. It always ends up breaking more than it fixes. I
could never grok to voice meter. It was not.
I did use that one for a while. What was it?
Oh, the Steel Series one.
Yeah, the Steel Series one. But that one, every time they'd update it would break. There was only one particular version that really worked well, and then they started breaking it, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yep, and I was in the same boat because when I was running. When I first started the dual PC stuff, I needed a piece of software that wasn't Elgato because of my mic and what I wasn't plugged into that PC at the time. And I started using the SteelSeries Sonar one, and it just fucking sucks. It sucks. Like they had it working, they had it running perfectly, and then for whatever reason they broke it, and I have no idea why. I don't understand what they pulled the old. Well, we listened to our consumer feedback, and this is what they told us they wanted, and they learned the wrong lesson. How many times we talked about that over the past year? It is what it is. It's not. Whatever. At this point, we have to move on from that and just be better about it. It is what it is. But that being said, you and I, for the past couple of weeks to get ready for Season 10 of New World and the new expansion that launched on Monday, have put a lot of time into New World. And I kind of jumped in last year when they did the Eternum, big console launch and all that, just to kind of see what was different. Because let me back up a second, because for those of you who are unaware, New World is an MMORPG. Well, it was an MMORPG. Now it's marketed technically as an ARPG. You can play with friends. And
I think that is probably a better marketing because of the way the combat system works.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. Like I said on the stream earlier today, if you're watching that, it's not Diablo. In other words, the combat is not that fast.
Right.
But it's faster than your average MMO.
Yeah.
And so I can see where they're kind of trying to do that. And don't get me wrong,
Well,
before we get to the niggles, I like the combat, but I can kind of see where that marketing comes from.
Yeah. Well, and the thing of it is with a console launch too, like console players are more used to an ARPG versus an MMO because the only MMO that's really come out on consoles the past few years has been Final Fantasy 14, which is on PlayStation only, or Elder Scrolls Online, which is more of that action combat style. Right, but even
it's
then,
very similar to New World.
But I was about to say, but even then, like ESO, I've always thought of ESO as like an action combat version of Star Wars: The Old Republic. You play ESO for the stories, right? Not necessarily the main story. The main story of ESO, at least the beginning of the base game when it came out 11 years ago, wasn't that great. I remember I titled my stream ESO or ES No, am I right? Because it was they had everything going for it except the main story was dog shit. What you got when you played ESO back in the day were these little pockets of local or regional stories that were so good. I was like, why are we bothering with the main campaign at all? Why am I being forced to tear myself away from this incredible story I've been a part of for hours at this point, right? To get from starting in an area to seeing the resolution through. Why am I tearing myself away from this to go slog through a main campaign quest that I could give two shits about because it was boring? But to their credit over the past couple of expansions, and especially since they switched to this yearly model where they kind of They put out an expansion in June, and then the rest of that year is spent, fleshing out the story and giving you content every few months and something to do. Ever since they switched to that model a few expansions ago, ESO has really kind of come into its own, and people who play that game love that game. It's one of those games where it's one of those games where I wish I had more time to play it, but I don't. So I
played it when it launched. I didn't really grok to it. I was very disappointed. I've tried again over the years a couple of times.
Yeah.
Not lately. I know Jeff plays it a lot, or played it a lot at one point.
Yeah.
But so I to me, there's something in there. I'm like, it just doesn't quite capture that Elder Scrolls feel for me.
Fair.
And I've never been able to really pin down what's missing.
Fair. I understand that completely.
We've been busting ass in New World.
Yeah.
And if you watched the stream earlier, you saw us get very frustrated. Full disclosure, after I cut the stream off because we needed to take a break before we started this, I went and did a little research, came back, defeated the fight that I was trying to get. So now I moved on, and I've made level 65. So the next time I stream it, we'll probably be jumping into the new content. And unfortunately, this is, you know what? We might as well segue right into this.
Okay.
This is one of the downfalls of New World and Eternum. I'm just going to say New World. It's New World Eternum, but
it's New World.
It's just New World.
Because this has been a problem since launch.
It's been a problem since day one anyway. So it's a multiplayer game. Almost everything is multiplayable. Except in the campaign, they have these things called soul trials, and you must do them solo, which makes not a damn bit of sense.
Correct.
Properly, it should be this way. It scales. If I am solo, the fight starts at level A. If I have two people, it's level B. If I have a full group of however many we can group with,
6, I think.
It should scale up based on the number of people in your group.
Thank you.
Instead of just forcing me to play by myself in a game that you say come and play with your friends.
Yep.
Well, I would love to, but I can't.
I cannot.
And so you hit these bottlenecks of these fights, and it's like, if you can't get through it, I can't help. You can't help. Jeff can't come help. We can't help Jeff. I can't help you. I can't, and it's just.
Well,
it's
and
one
let's
of those
be
things,
real.
like,
Let's be real.
Might be the most frustrating thing about the game.
The reason that those were in the game to begin with was because they were to pad the game out. right? Because what they were DPS and mechanics checks, right? And if you couldn't hit those checks when the game came out, guess what? It was time to go grind a few more levels, or time to go do some side quests, or time to do some faction stuff, or time to do some PvP,
Well,
right?
The problem with that now, though, is the side quests are no longer as lucrative.
No. Oh,
So,
no. I did one today.
I side
just to
quested
see.
all day today, trying to get up to like 64.
Yeah.
And it was most of the side quests I were doing were just almost not even worth it.
Yeah,
However, like a lot of games, some of the stories in the side quests are really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, when you're trying now I have to go grind because I can't make the DPS check. So if nothing else, I got to grind till I get better gear. Or this fight, I do think now, because after I watched that video I sent you, it's learning the mechanics, but at the same time, some of these fights are so punishing.
Right.
You don't have time to learn the mechanics.
No. Yeah.
And so I don't mind learning mechanics, but when a fight has multiple mechanics, I don't want to have to spend an hour and just restarting each time learning that mechanic, because it becomes more and more frustrating as you get deeper into the fight to the mechanic you haven't experienced yet. Now you've got to go through the entire fight because there's no checkpoints in these fights.
Right.
You got to go through that entire fight to get back to the point that you haven't figured out, but you don't have enough time to figure it out. And so it's just compounding frustration on top of frustration on top of frustration. I get it. Some of you folks, because I've seen your posts on Reddit, think that everybody just needs to get good because your dumbass got lucky and you beat him on the first time.
Right.
So, yeah.
It just floors me. I mean,
it's not like the case for 80% of your population.
Look, you told me yesterday to write this down, and you kind of alluded to it earlier, but I want to make sure that we speak to this because it fucking floored me, right? Like when you're designing a mechanic, when you're designing a fight, when you're designing a game, right? If you design a fight or a mechanic where I have to use a specific thing to beat that fight or that mechanic, congratulations, you have shit game design.
You have poor design. And to speak further to that, because I ended up beating her not with that optimum build, but that was more because of my dogged determination to F off. I'm not going to use two weapons that I hate.
Right.
That's another thing. Real quick, New World is classless. But you gain skills by using the things you want to gain skills in. If you want to be a magic user, use magic. You want to be a sword and board guy, you swing a sword and have a shield. And those skills go up. But some of them, I just don't like. And in this case, it's Void Gauntlet and Life Staff. I don't like it. It's not my preferred play style. It becomes a slog for me. I tried it, by the way. I actually spent a bunch of time today getting Void Gauntlet and Life Staff up to 10, because really
10 is
weapon skills go from 1 to 20 or 0 to 20 basically, and they really don't start coming into their own until they're 10.
Yeah.
You get about halfway through them. But then I got Rolf stomped in that fight. I'm like, this, because I'm not really conversant with the play style enough.
Right.
So when I have to go spend all this other time, that's not a DPS check. That's not a mechanic check. That's just a piss me off check.
Right.
And you have designed your fight poorly because it requires a certain combination of weapons in order for it to be beaten efficiently.
Yeah, just stupid. I'm sorry. Again, I enjoy the game. I enjoy a lot about the game, but those two things bug the shit out of me. Like and they've always bugged the shit out of me about New World,
right.
Especially that
New World's not exclusive about this.
No. But it is the game that we are playing. It is the experience we were having, and if we are anything, right? Number one, we tell it like we see it, right? But number two, we're always going to tell you, what's bullshit and what's not, right? And that's bullshit, 100% bullshit. And it just fucking floors me. It floors me how that anybody's idea of a good time.
Well, that's just it, right? It's not a good time at all.
No.
And I've seen in the past, I don't know how, since Eternum, I haven't really seen, but I know in the past when this game launched, there were people that just stopped playing because of that.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen posts
They're
on
like,
Reddit.
I've tried this 1,000 times. I can't get through it. I'm done.
I went trolling Reddit to see, like, you know, what was going, and yeah, there are people even a year ago going, this is fucking dumb. I don't want to do this.
Sucks.
This fight is terrible. I'm beating my head against the wall for a couple of days. Like, I'm done. I'm ready to quit the game over this.
Right.
And I'm sorry.
Well,
but
every other comment is like, that's just because you suck.
Well, right, but
because it's Reddit.
Any game that makes you feel that way, right? It should be on the design, the developers and the designers to then look at that and go, well, why do they feel that way? Where did we fuck up? The problem is that nobody really does that kind of R&D anymore. Not really. They go, okay, well, some people didn't like it, whatever, move on. We're gonna do something else. And to New World's credit and to Amazon's credit with New World, they fleshed out a lot of what was wrong with the game, right? When New World launched, it was a mostly PvP endgame, and that sucked. It wasn't that good, right?
Right.
But now there are really, really good endgame dungeons, and really, really good endgame raids, and really, really cool world bosses you can go and find and kill as a group. Like, they really fleshed that part out.
In my case, the other day.
Or yeah, exactly. Or have somebody drop them on you as they're running past you and get raffle stomped.
Right.
That would never happen.
Right.
But the point is, right, is that, look, and now we haven't touched any of the new content, right? So this is speaking solely from what essentially
stuff that's been there for a year.
Because we started new characters, right? We should also mention that we haven't. We both have 65s on the West server. We could have gone and played those, right? But we wanted to see what the new character experience was like because everybody raved about it. And a couple of the same issues I had 3 years ago playing this game, I still have today. And that's a problem. But to their credit, they have fixed a lot, like I said, of what was wrong with the game.
Oh, absolutely.
And even the little quality of life things.
The game as it plays now compared to the games it plays live is worlds different.
Well, and even the little quality of life things that they've put in have been a welcome and much needed change. So and the game has experienced a pretty solid resurgence on Steam alone. It was something like 50,000 people were playing the other day.
Right.
I'm actually gonna pull up SteamDB and take a look just to see. New World is currently at. Currently at 35,000. So and again, that's just
better than Destiny.
That right, but again, that's just Steam. We don't have numbers for Xbox or PlayStation, and everybody's on the same, realms or worlds. So,
just from anecdotal experience, the worlds are crowded. Well, I very rarely run into a place.
And to be fair, the 24-hour peak is still 42,000 people.
Right.
So, like, they're still pulling 42,000 people on Steam alone. That's insane. Those numbers are insane.
That's great numbers for this game.
But on a bad month, right, they're still pulling in 18,000 people playing the game on Steam. Like,
still more than Destiny.
Still more than Destiny 2.
And that's not just on Steam Destiny 2. That's across all platforms Destiny 2.
Right. Steam's 20 Destiny.
Oliver says he got stuck in an hour-long queue logging on the other night. An hour.
Yeah. Destiny 2, right? Their max concurrent this week is 22,000 people on Steam. If you would have told me that Destiny would drop below like 40,000 people.
Right. Even as soon back as a year ago, if you would have said Destiny's going to drop down, but I was like, no, it's not. But here we are.
Right. I'm looking at Right. Well, if we're looking at, let's see, when
It got down to less than 10,000
yeah,
across like
yeah,
all platforms. That's
when
insane.
when Final Shape launched, they hit 314,000 people for Destiny 2. To go from 314,000 people concurrent to 20
2020, yeah,
needs to be studied.
that's some loss right there.
That's some loss. And yeah, I mean, I get it. You know, they did a really good job marketing Final Shape, whatever, right? But whatever. Like,
yeah, but still, you brought all those players back, but you couldn't hold them.
Right.
Couldn't hold on to them.
Right, exactly. That's kind of the point that you brought
Bungie,
so many
the tighter
people
you
back.
squeeze your grips, the more players slip through your fingers.
Wow. Is that Renegade's foreshadowing?
Boom. Here's the thing. I have so little interest in Renegades now, and it sucks because, I'm a bit of a Star Wars nut. Not as big a Star Wars nut as you, probably. But I'm like, this kind of looks cool, and now I'm like, I don't have much desire to play this.
Right. No.
Although,
did you recognize the
Bungie, I recognized your file stench when you released that expansion.
Ew.
Right? What's that smell, Bungie? Again, sometimes it's like low-hanging fruit. These guys, and I get it. It's going to take them a while, if they do, to manage to right the ship. The problem is, I don't know how much time they have left, because the last time the player base got this low, they started talking about shutting the doors.
Yep.
Now, with that being said, different time frame, a couple years later, way fewer people working at the company. They now are under Sony, so they do have
a bit of protection.
If Sony chooses to prop them up, Sony can prop them up.
Yeah.
Although for all intent and practical purposes, I don't think Bungie really exists anymore. It's an entity on paper only.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
it's just a subsidiary of Sony Studios.
Yeah. That's all they are.
So that's not, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It might be the best thing for them. Remember when we thought Activision was the problem?
Right.
But anyway, back to New World. I will be looking at the new stuff soonish. Here's the thing. I can't help with this fight. This goes right back to what we were talking about. I'm fairly sure the two of us could Raw stomp the fight fairly easily. Certainly the three of us. But I can't help you. When Jeff gets there, I can't help him.
Right.
We had this problem live, but it was a different fight for me. It was that one fight. It took me forever to finally beat that fight, and I did. I had to go grind more levels and get better gear, and then change. I respec like 4 times, trying to get into something that I could. Because here's the thing, it doesn't matter how good a build is. Pick your game: Destiny, Diablo, Path of Exile, Dune, New World, EverQuest, WoW. Pick your game that has actual gear builds.
Right.
If you don't like the build, it doesn't matter how good it is.
Exactly.
If you don't understand the build, it doesn't matter how good it is. If the build is against your playstyle, you're probably going to hate it, which means for you, that build sucks.
Yep, absolutely. Fucking trash.
So all of these things you see out there, best build ever. Well, if that's your play style,
right,
or if you can adapt to that play style, and frankly, some people can't. I tried builds that I'm like, okay, this looks pretty cool, and then I try it, was like, oh my god, I got nothing. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yep.
And that's just because it doesn't wrap to my play style. It doesn't call to me. It calls to whoever created the build. They're like, this thing is great.
Yep.
And don't be wrong, there are some amazing build crafters out there. Look at a game like Borderlands,
right?
Right.
Where you and I have played Borderlands for however many fucking hours we have in that game, right? And there are so many combinations and builds and things and ways to
Right.
do stuff, and again, we talked about this when Borderlands came out, the wave of content, right? The wave of bullshit that you see from certain content creators. The same fucking video from 8 different creators, right? You know,
The cycle. Trademark.
Right, exactly, right. I mean, it's literally what I've called for years, the content cycle. A lot of people call it something else. I call it the content cycle, right? And then really, really,
the house.
well, I mean, really, what I call it is the content cycle of bullshit. Right.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's all about engagement, engagement, clicks, and eyes. It's all it is. It's not actually designed to give you a real opinion on the game. Hey, Troy. It's not actually designed to.
I wasn't ignoring you earlier. It took me just like now. You commented right after Balavir, and it took me a second to realize it was a different person. So I apologize. I wasn't really ignoring you earlier.
Is it because their names start with B?
It was. Well, and I was playing and kind of trying, I was struggling at the time. So I was, looking back and forth to chat. But anyway, I did acknowledge you later, but you'd probably already left at that point and said, screw that guy.
Screw that guy. He sucks.
Yeah.
It's
but anyway,
okay,
yeah,
question
the
mark?
content cycle, right? Maybe. It's okay until it's not.
Right.
Yeah, the content cycle, it gets tiresome too, because you're like, okay, here it comes.
Yep.
Free videos, blah, 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 and now here comes the plethora of best build videos. But here's the thing too, I don't mind best build videos, but I do mind 1,000 videos at the exact same build. That dude's already covered it. Move on.
Yep.
And odds are, if you're a popular channel for a game, your audience, probably their audience too. For the most part.
Yep.
That's how that works.
Yep.
I myself at one point probably had 12 different Destiny creators I watched on the regular.
Yeah.
Now I'm down to like 2, 1,
2-ish.
none of those, and those aren't regular.
Right.
It's that looks like an interesting video. Of all of the creators, and I mean this with all the love that I can say, but all the Destiny creators, I still watch Astacross. I'm like, how does that happen?
Right.
Right.
Well, like my thing, my
to be fair, Cross, if you happen to see this, I've watched you for years. So
like
don't at me.
I don't know, like. On the flip side of things, right? So like, there's the shit with New World, which is mostly pretty good. There's the shit with Destiny, which is mostly pretty bad. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about tonight was Battlefield 6 and how EA and DICE played it really safe.
They did. They had,
and that it was a good thing. Now hold on. Hold on. No.
I don't know that I agree. It was it's a good thing. It's not a great thing.
Right.
I would have liked to have seen them try to push it a little bit, but I also know why they didn't, because they tried that and it blew up in their face because they did it poorly.
So that's my thing. It's like, okay, like they needed the win here, right? Mm-hmm. They needed the win.
Right.
They needed to be able to go, okay, like we need to win people back. This is the game. But
even then, have you seen there's the story though of the development of this game? They almost screwed the pooch again.
Oh yeah.
What we got was late in the day, so to speak, development that was adapted from what it originally. Battlefield went through these iterations of about 6 different things before what we got was a classic Battlefield game.
Yeah. Right after 2042, they started to kind of think of what they wanted the next game to be, as they always do, right?
I was so mad that game sucked,
dude.
Because I was actually looking forward to that game.
Same. I was so looking forward.
I don't often say I'm looking forward to a shooter, and I was actually looking forward to that.
The really funny thing is like Stu and I are pretty forgiving when it comes to Battlefield. and we're pretty
Right.
forgiving when it comes to FPS titles in general.
Sure.
Yeah, we.
I mean, I play the Shadowrun FPS a lot.
I
For
think.
fuck's sake.
I think.
So,
I think we put in maybe 50 hours in that game, and that's for him and
Battlefield
I.
1 was good. It was good.
That's yeah. Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 were incredible. Battlefield 4 is probably my favorite overall Battlefield. But I'm also speaking from we're talking like from the start of the game, which was awful and rocky as shit,
Right.
to the end of the game's life cycle, like the entirety of the game's life cycle.
Speaking of awful and rocky as shit, let's talk about the campaign.
Oh no. Oh yeah. Sure.
So, okay. The campaign in and of itself is not bad.
Okay.
Or maybe I should say it's not terrible. But what the campaign is, frankly, is a set of tutorials that just take you from set piece to set piece to set piece to basically just introduce you to all the classes.
It's kind of what I
And
heard.
The story is The story is pretty standard.
It's kind of what I heard.
It plays okay. Yeah, thank you for the gifted subs. Whoever that was, anonymous gifter. I like when that happens because you also get to see people watching that Twitch doesn't show you in the list.
Thank you for the
Because
gift
the
subs. Appreciate it.
the numbers are wrong. Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And so the campaign it's passable-ish.
Yeah.
It does what it's supposed to do, because let's face it, Battlefield, kind of like Call of Duty, it's a game that very few people give a shit about the campaign.
Yeah.
Except I happen to be one of those people that prefer the campaign to get my ass whooped in the multiplayer.
Well, the weird thing is like in the marketing for the Battlefield campaign, you know, some people were saying that it was better than the Call of Duty Black Ops campaign from last year, and they're fucking wrong, because that Black Ops campaign from last year, and God, was fucking amazing. And if I played Call of Duty at all this year, it'll be because I want to see the continuation of that story. That's the only reason I'm interested in the fucking campaign. I don't give a flying fuck about Call of Duty multiplayer this year. It looks awful.
Well, and that's the thing.
It looks terrible.
That's the thing. Call of Duty has been one of those shooters that's quite often their campaigns are really good. I mean, you know,
except for the one with Kevin Spacey. We don't talk about that one anymore.
we just don't talk about Kevin Spacey. First rule about Kevin Spacey is we don't talk about Kevin Spacey. I mean, Call of Duty 2. Yeah, I'm not old.
Yeah, man. Oh God.
Great game.
Oh man. Yeah.
The Call of Duty World War II.
World at War was so good, man.
World at War was probably pinnacle.
Oh.
It's pinnacle Call of Duty for me. And that's the thing. If you haven't picked up on that, there's a theme there.
You're old.
I am not one. No, I am not for a change. I am not one for the quote unquote modern shooter. I want it. So here's the thing. I'm a history buff, but I kind of get bored once you reach automatic weapons. Past World War II, especially, I'm like, for gaming. I just don't really dig it. It's a personal thing. It's a personal, but on the other hand, I want space shooters. You know, I want space magic. But all that stuff that's in between, that's quasi modern, I don't normally really get into. Now, with that being said, what little multiplayer of Battlefield that I have played, while frustrating because I'm just not very good at it, it's good.
Yeah, the thing that I love about Battlefield multiplayer,
couple of the modes, however, the matches take a little too long. I think they could trim it.
The thing with Battlefield multiplayer that I love, that I've always loved about Battlefield multiplayer, is that it emphasizes team or squad play, right? Mm-hmm. And you don't have to be the greatest at shooting the fucking people in your squad, right? But if you're really good at, running around and healing people, or giving them, or handing out ammo, or being an engineer and repairing people, you still can be successful and feel like you are driving the success of the team. And that doesn't happen in Call of Duty. That doesn't happen in a lot of these other shooters that you and I have played.
And to be fair, I was queuing in solo, so I knew nobody that I was playing with, and nobody,
Yeah, but then, on occasion, and it doesn't happen too often these days, but on occasion when you're playing one of those games solo, sometimes you get in that squad where like everything clicks, and it happens. It doesn't happen. Like I said, it doesn't happen as often as I'd like it to anymore, but it does happen.
Right.
It does happen. But beyond, like I said, beyond Battlefield 6, beyond New World, beyond Dune, beyond all of this, like you and I have talked about this earlier, we to infinity and beyond. We are entering that season of games where everything and their mother wants your money, right?
Right.
And I'm genuinely curious if from between now and let's call it through the holiday season, if there's anything that you feel like, oh, I have to play that.
That is a good question, and I don't really know. Well, let me pull up the list, because we've talked about this before. And there was a couple of things I was looking forward to. Let's grab this real quick. Where are we at? November?
Yeah.
Well, mid-October, basically. June, October. Well, of course, Battlefield 6 is out. So the rest of this month, you're looking at Pokemon Legends. Is that the one that's coming out?
Yeah, Pokemon Legends is the one that
Jurassic
comes out
World Evolution 3 comes out October 21.
Yep.
So I was quite interested in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. I honestly am less interested now, but
look, I have a key coming for Vampire. I'm sure I'm gonna play it. I'm sure I'm gonna cover it. But like
Outer Worlds 2.
But like, Painkiller. Painkiller is next week.
Painkiller. I'm sorry. Outer Worlds 2 coming later this month.
When is that?
The 29th.
Oh God.
Followed by Arc Raiders on the 30th.
We are hosed, friends. We're gonna be in an Outer Worlds 2 hole for a little while, I have a feeling.
November Sacred 2 Remaster on November 11th.
Oh yeah.
I had heard nothing about this, but I am interested. I played the bejeebus out of Sacred and Sacred 2.
Let's see. Anno 117 I'm kind of interested in, because I've always liked the Anno series. But like again, like I'm talking about like things like if we're looking at the list, right? The list of like must play games for me, it's currently Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, only because I'm getting a key. If I wasn't getting a key, I'd go meh, whatever, right? Because they kind of pissed me off. But I at the end of the day, chat, we're content creators. If I get a key, I'm at least gonna make one video or one stream on the thing to say thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Arc Raiders I'm interested in, even though it's an extraction shooter, because I liked the way that they handled it. Power Wash Simulator 2 looks really, really good. Then we get into this weird part of November where I'm like, I don't really see anything.
I don't see anything in November except for the Sacred 2 Remaster.
Deadpool VR. VR looks really good. And then like I said, we get into that weird like okay, Outer Worlds 2 at the end of the month, Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch 2 in December, and that's it. There's not a lot to really like grab and hold your attention this year.
No big Christmas release.
Yeah, there's no big. Well, at least right now, there could be something that comes along.
Sure,
somebody's been waiting for. But again, you would think that they would have announced that by now.
The way the industry works now, it would already have been announced.
Yeah.
Outer Worlds 2, I think, is going to be on Game Pass. I may or may not have my Game Pass at that point. I have not decided yet.
Yeah, sure. We were talking now through the end of the year, to be fair. like through the end of holiday season. I have the PC Game Pass still, so I'll play it. I mean, we may actually get a key for that one. I applied for keys for Outer Worlds, Outer Worlds, and something else. So if we end up getting a key, I'll just give you the key. To be honest, because I know I will have my Game Pass at least through the time Outer Worlds launches.
I'm seriously considering dropping it. I got a couple more days before I need to decide.
I mean, I get it, man. Trust me.
Plus, I don't even know, even at $17, I don't even know if the value is there right now.
I mean, we have really talked about the Xbox thing. So Xbox raised their prices. All right, Xbox raised their prices by a lot, and in raising their prices, did not really provide enough value for raising the prices, right? It is what it is at this point. We can't change that. We can't change that, right? But there are a handful of games that have come out this year that are on Game Pass that I can say I really wanted to play. I want to finish. I still have to finish the Indiana Jones DLC, which I will do on the channel. By the way, chat. I will do that on the channel.
No, you need to go.
And then I still play Sea of Thieves every now and again. I never bought the game. And then Grounded 2 came out. I like Grounded 2. And then obviously you and I played.
Go away, half-naked child.
Right, you and I played the Elder Scrolls 4 remaster there. For Game Pass, like that was really fucking fun. That game is still really fun.
Game Pass is worth it to me when I had two different people in this house. Well, sometimes three on the Xbox and me on the PC.
Right.
So we had Game Pass Ultimate.
Right.
But now, doing the quick math, $17 a month, $204 a year. You divide that by, say, 60.
Yeah.
We'll call it 60. There needs to be at least 3.5 games throughout the year that you're going to play to make that even break even.
Right. Which, I mean, like I said, I'm currently at Indiana Jones, Oblivion, and Grounded 2. Those are the three.
That's for this year, though.
Yeah.
What about next year? That's the thing.
Next one, and that's the thing is like next year we don't know because we don't have when you think about it, we don't have a lot of release dates for 2026. Not really.
No, not yet.
Not really. But I mean, and even then, the release dates we do have, a lot of them aren't an Xbox exclusive. Are going to be on Game Pass.
Well, then that's just it. And when I say there has to be 3.5 games, that has to be on Game Pass. Otherwise, you're not getting any value for your Game Pass. Now, all things being considered, used to, unfortunately, the PC Game Pass started out kind of tiered. It was kind of weird. You got most things, but unless you had Ultimate, you didn't get everything.
Right.
Now it is what it is, which is good. $17 a month, it's not a terrible thing. Again, if there are games on Game Pass that you're going to play, there were a few that I was playing Rogue Trader, for example. I was playing. Let's see what else. You know what I hate about the Xbox thing now?
What?
Oh, absolutely. And if it's worth it for you, then it's worth it for you. That's the thing. Well, you still don't get the Ubisoft. If they had Ubisoft Premium as part of Game Pass, the value is absolutely there.
Yeah.
Ubisoft's bullshit notwithstanding. But with just Ubi Plus, I don't know that it adds that much value. Because kind of the point of Game Pass these days, let's face it, is to play the day one titles.
Yep.
Not the titles that are there.
Yeah.
I play Spice Wars, but I own that through Steam anyway. So
Here's
the thing I don't like about the Game Pass thing now. It's got all of your, all of it is in here now.
Everything. Well, because they're
Steam, Epic,
they're trying
Battle.net,
to be
GOG, Ubi. It can all be seen through this.
They're trying to be the default launcher, right?
They're trying to but the thing is, their launcher sucks.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Oh, by the way, speaking of the Outer Worlds 2, you can pre-install that already.
Nice.
Yeah. That's that's hilarious. Oh, and hey, tomorrow also is the launch of that Xbox handheld. So we should be getting some reviews for that now, or they should be coming out in the next few days. I am really interested to see what people have to say about not only the software, because the software got leaked. People have installed the software on the ROG Ally already. But like, what I'm interested to see with that is if people believe that it is worth the price they're asking for it, and I'm willing to bet you people are going to say no.
Yeah, I'm definitely erring on the side of
check back with
most
me in
people are
2
gonna be
weeks,
like,
and we'll talk
"No."
about it. Because I'm like, seriously, I want to have that conversation in a couple of weeks because I was so interested in that handheld until I saw the price.
Right.
It is
Absolutely.
there's no way in hell I am paying I'm paying 2 car payments, 3 car payments for most people.
Right.
For that, no
It's
way
almost
in hell.
free for me.
No way in hell. I'm not paying you $1,000.
It's almost, well, technically, wait, are we talking about monthly car payment? Because I pay a car payment every 2 weeks.
Yes.
So yeah, monthly, it's not quite 2 payments for me.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. No way in hell is that worth it.
I can't justify that.
You
I can build a PC for that.
Right. I was gonna say for $1,000, I can go build a PC. No. You can still build a PC for $1,000. It is a PC that will have an upgrade path more than like be able to do a lot of shredding in video games. But you can still build a PC for $1,000. I've done it.
I am kind of glad I finally bit the bullet and upgraded when I did.
Preach.
Because now what I built would probably cost me close to twice what I paid.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I did what I did. You know. But at the same time, like we are entering this weird period of video gaming in the year where we have some new titles coming out, some stuff in the backlog. Right. You know, we've talked about what you're excited for the rest of the year, and what you get it isn't much, and that's okay, right? That's fine. But is there anything you want to go back and revisit when you have time?
I'd like to play some more Rogue Trader.
Yeah.
You know, there is Fallout 76 update coming.
Yeah, that's in December. Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. It opens up for the spots that the show is in, the Ohio update, if you will.
Yeah.
I still have it installed. I still check in every so often. I even checked in on Project Gorgon.
Yeah.
This last couple of weeks. I forgot that one. I left that one off my list.
Nice.
It's an indie MMO that's very EverQuest-like-ish, sort of. But, you know, anything else? I'm still waiting to see if they smooth out things in Stars Reach.
I want them to very badly.
I would want them to very badly as well.
Yeah, I want to be all in on that so bad.
I haven't tried it yet, but I pulled the demo for a game called In the Black, which is a space game. Okay. There's another one coming too that is very kind of realistic physics. I can't remember the name of it right now. I have to look it up, but it looks really good. But then again, space games are my jam. So there's a reason that space games and survival games take up most of my gaming. Space trucking, as my wife likes to tell me. That's right. And if they take this guy from me in one game, I just get this guy back in a different one. It's like, screw you. You can have that Sky. I'll take this one.
Wow. But
you know.
But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, chat, we're here every other week. You know, we're going to be here talking about whatever you want to talk about. Now, definitely feel free to shoot us an email over at pr.pressxtoskip@gmail.com with anything you want to talk about on the show. This show is for you, right? We do this for you. We don't do this to sit here and rant and rave about shit because we like the sound of our voice. Well, at least I don't.
Okay, let's be honest. Partly we do this because we want to rant about shit. But I'll be honest. That's part of what I love to do this, because I get to rant about things. Everybody else, here's the thing. All these content creators, they constantly talk about, you know, they have their opinion. Well, I got mine too, so now you get to listen to it.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's usually different than most of theirs.
It's true. But I mean, we're here for you. PressX2Skip.com will be live very shortly. Hopefully next week or so. I've got some things I got to button up over there before I push that go live
we have to
button.
look at eventually opening up the Discord.
Yep.
And as it says when you come to the page, if you've ever screamed at a patch note, welcome home.
Yep, it's true. It's true. If you're ever able to passion out, you're home.
Yep.
You know, we're not so much like we're not an official business. We're not of this. We're not of that. We are a slightly more organized group chat. That's the way to think about this place, right? Like we you know, I mean, if you look at the channel rules when you join, right? The channel we have 2 rules on this channel, right? Rule number 1: don't be a dickhead. All right.
Right.
Rule number 2: try really, really hard to abide by rule number 1.
Right. Rule number 1.
Those are the rules.
If you want to be a dickhead, see rule number 1. That's rule number 2.
Exactly.
And don't get me wrong, that is not to say you cannot have contrary opinions. If your opinion is different from ours, I welcome that. Let's talk about it. I love that.
Yep, but let's actually talk about
there
it.
is a fellow, I can't remember his name. It's not Buck. That sometimes we'll have these debates.
Yeah.
And it's great fun. It's great conversation. But know that everybody's opinion is valid. We're going to talk about it. We may even rant about it a little bit. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But
that's the thing is the key word there is talk about it, right? We want to have a conversation with you about it. I'm not going to shoot you down just because you have a different opinion than me. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're wrong and here's all the reasons you're wrong. Like, we're going to talk about why you think the way that you think and why I think the way that I think. Hell, Cheeks didn't do it on the show. But we want to open it up to y'all, right? And have those conversations. And make this a place where you can come and talk about the thing you like. And if we don't know about it, guess what? We get to learn something new, right?
This show gets a lot of fun when we fall on different sides of a game.
Oh, yeah,
or different
absolutely.
sides of a mechanic or something. When we fall, you don't get me wrong. By different sides, it's never like, I don't think it's ever opposing ends. Maybe once or twice.
Once or twice, like very.
What
I
would call opposing extremes, where one of us is like, man, this game is great, and the other one's like, you are smoking something.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You apparently have some views on Lord of the Rings Online.
I do. I mean, yeah, I played it. I just, I need to try it again. It's been a while.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. I get it. But guys,
I played it when it came out for a while.
Yeah. But guys, that's gonna do it for us for the evening. I want to just say thank you for this incredible. It's been an amazing day. I mean, just today we've basically doubled our follow count in like an hour today. It was insane. So thank you for the raids. Thank you for the follows, guys. We appreciate it. Thanks for hanging with us. Thanks for making the jump over here. If you jumped over from Sunshudo, as always, we appreciate it. And we'll be back in 2 weeks with the show. And I'm sure we'll be back soon with something else, either some more New World or some Battlefield 6. You can't really keep us away right now. We are.
I may even start simultaneous sometimes.
Yeah, we're like that.
Ambient creation streams.
We're like that rash. That rash just won't go away. Right?
You keep putting the cream on it and it just keeps coming back.
But as always, friends, we love you. Make sure to check out PressXSkip.com in a couple of weeks. Follow us everywhere. It's solo.to/PressX to skip. We'll get you all of the links to all the places that we are. And we love you. And we'll catch you soon.
Peace.